Connecting to your higher self. There is a moment in everyone's life when we ask a deeper question. Who am I really? Not the name on the passport. Not the roles I play as a partner, a parent, a professional. Who am I beyond the surface? That voice inside is not random. It is a call of your higher self. Now let me begin by saying this. Your higher self is not far away. It is not hiding in the stars. It is not waiting for you on some mountaintop with incense and chanting monks. It has been with you from the moment you were born. Every gut feeling you ignored. Every whisper of intuition that said go left instead of right. Every dream that felt more real than waking life. That was it. The higher self. So why do we not feel it every day? Because the noise of our human mind is too loud. We live in a world of distraction. Phones buzzing, people talking, fear screaming, doubts repeating. In that constant noise, the subtle voice of the higher self is drowned out. The challenge is not to go out and find it. The challenge is to quiet down enough to hear it. Now let us talk about the process. How do you actually connect to your higher self? And how long does it take? People ask me this as if there is a stopwatch. 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. The truth is there is no fixed number. Because your higher self has always been available, it is not about time. It is about readiness. It is about alignment. Some people connect in a single meditation. Others need weeks or months of practice before the static clears. The time it takes is not about distance. It is about surrender. Imagine tuning an old radio. When you are on the wrong frequency, all you hear is static. You turn the dial slowly, carefully, and then suddenly the music comes in clear. That is how it is with the higher self. The music has been playing the whole time. You just need to adjust your frequency. So let us walk through this. The first step is silence and stillness. 10 to 15 minutes a day where you sit without distraction. No phone, no social media, just your breath. At first it feels uncomfortable. Your mind runs wild. You remember laundry, emails, arguments, old regrets. That is normal. The human mind resists stillness. But if you keep sitting, slowly, the noise lowers, the chatter quiets, and in that space the first whispers of the higher self slip through. The second step is intentional asking. Before you sleep, before you meditate, you simply say, higher self, I invite your guidance. That one sentence is powerful because it creates permission. It opens the channel. Remember, your higher self never imposes. It waits for your invitation. When you ask, you create the bridge. The third step is awareness of signs. The higher self does not always speak in human words. It speaks through patterns. Numbers repeating on a clock. A dream that lingers. A stranger saying exactly what you needed to hear. A song lyric that feels like it was written for you. This is the language of synchronicity. If you want to connect to your higher self, become a student of these signs. Write them down. Notice what repeats. The universe will echo your inner questions through outer reality. The fourth step is trusting first impressions. How many times have you had a gut feeling, and then you ignored it because logic argued? You said, oh, it is just me overthinking. And later you realized the gut was right. That first quiet voice, the one that comes before doubt, that is often the higher self. Trusting it strengthens the connection. The more you act on it, the clearer it becomes. The fifth step is integration. This is where you take what you hear or sense and weave it into daily life. Journal the guidance. Act on small nudges. Align choices with what feels true for your soul. If you feel guided to rest, rest. If you feel guided to call someone, call them. If you feel guided to start a project, take the first step. Every time you act on the guidance, you prove to yourself that the higher self is real. The channel grows stronger. Now, many ask, how many days until I feel it? If you practice daily, you will feel threads of connection within 21 days. Why 21? Because the mind and body create new patterns in cycles. But full communion is lifelong. Every day, you grow closer to that highest version of yourself. It is not an achievement you check off. It is a relationship you cultivate. Let me give you a picture. Imagine you are a house. The higher self is a light already shining inside, but the windows are covered with dust. Every day of meditation, every act of trust, every time you honor your intuition, you wipe away a little dust. Slowly, the light shines through clearer and brighter, until one day, you realize the light was never missing. You only needed to see it. And what happens when you connect? Life does not suddenly become perfect, but it becomes aligned. You notice you make decisions with more ease. You feel guided instead of lost. You sense timing more sharply. You meet the right people at the right moment. You feel less chaos, more flow. The external world may still have storms, but inside, you walk with calm, because you are guided by something deeper than fear. And let me address something important. Connecting to your higher self is not about escaping reality. It is not about leaving this human life. It is about bringing higher wisdom into your everyday choices. It is about bridging spirit and flesh. The higher self wants to help you live better here, not just dream of elsewhere. Some people confuse a higher self with ego disguised as spirituality. They hear a voice saying, "You are better than others. You know more than others." That is not the higher self. That is pride wearing a mask. The higher self speaks with calm clarity, never with arrogance. It guides, it reassures, it expands. It never shames. Remember this. If the voice inside makes you feel small or fearful, it is not your higher self. So how do we make this practical? Let me offer a journey. For 21 days, commit to 10 minutes of silence daily. Before you begin, say, "Higher self, I invite you." After, write down anything you noticed, any feeling, thought, or image. Look for patterns over the weeks. Notice synchronicities. Trust first instincts. By the end of 3 weeks, you will feel a subtle shift. More calm, more clarity, more alignment. Beyond that, deepen. Use meditation. Use dreams. Ask questions before you sleep and notice what you wake with. Practice conscious choice. When faced with a decision, pause. Ask your higher self. Notice the first sensation in your body. Trust it. And be patient. This is the hardest part. Patience is the key. Without patience, there is no understanding. Without understanding, the mind becomes chaotic and misses the essence of what is being taught. This applies not only in metaphysics but in love, in work, in every corner of life. The higher self will not be rushed. It will meet you when you are ready to listen. So what is the takeaway? The higher self is not outside you. It is you. The wiser you, the eternal you, the limitless you. The process of connection is really the process of remembering. Every silence is a bridge. Every act of trust is a doorway. Every patient step is a return to yourself. The question is not, how many days until I connect? The question is, how willing am I to listen today? Because the higher self is already speaking. It always has been. The only thing left is for you to hear. This is Infinity talking. If you happen to like this video, like, comment and sharing is appreciated. Thank you.